Good evening, friends. Welcome to Eason Academy. We are into embedded system programming. Today, we are going to discuss about C programming. Today is a session 1. Okay, so my name is Balaji Sheshadri. I have about 35 years of experience in this field. Okay, so I'm from IIT Kharagpur in 1986, and I worked in all over the world. I worked in US for about 10 years, and Germany, and then Canada, everywhere. And the last few years, I come back to India and start trying to understand why we people are not college students, or especially I concentrated on electronic students, ECE students. I said that why they don't get a right job. What is the problem with our electronic students? Then I found out that very surprisingly, the most easiest subject has been taught in a very complex way. And there were plenty of jobs. You will be very surprised. The last 1 month, especially last 2-3 days, every company was asking me, Balaji, can you give me about 100 people? Every company is asking about hundreds of electronics engineers, especially embedded engineers. But the people, those who complete the degree, don't get a job. Why? So when I was trying to get an answer only, I surprisingly found that there's a small change. There's a small trick is missing. You have been taught about knowledge in the colleges, not about skill. Whereas what the industry wants is a skill. And this skill is very easy. Understood? So in the beginning itself, I'm telling you that very, very important fact. I will not be using other than addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. In my 35 years of industry experience, okay, I worked on various projects. I worked on NEC, IC backend. I was in the IC design backend. Then I was part of the Boeing 787 infotainment team. And I have worked on a project of 100 gigabit Ethernet. So many projects. Even latest project, about even a year back, at the age of 57, I worked in the autonomous car project, the driverless car. All these projects, I found one surprising thing is that after 35 years, I sat and wrote it back. I'm an R&D engineer. Please understand. I was not a manager at all. I'm an R&D engineer. The only trick is I never used other than the 4 operations. Of course, there are fields where you need calculus, trigonometry, everything. But to get a nice job, nice means I'm talking about minimum of 50,000 to a lakh a month job. You don't need to know anything. You need to know the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If you want to go beyond that, you want to go interest, we will discuss how to use maths on DSP or communication and everything. In the PID controller, everything, that's fine. There are interested fields are there with the mathematics. But what I'm trying to say is that even without mathematics, you can do wonders. So don't worry about all your college marks or CGPAs, or even if you have about 1 or 2 papers in college, nothing worry. There are people who have come very successful. Don't worry about don't try to underestimate your caliber. You can do wonders. So with that concept, we are getting into the embedded system programming, especially we are discussing about C programming. That's why I'm starting with C programming. That is a backbone of electronics today. Okay, so that's why I start. So don't get too much confusion. Wherever you have a confusion, you can always come back to me. Understand? So now we are going to discuss about the concepts today. What is the C programming concept? Let us go one by one. We all have a doubt. People used to ask me this doubt repeatedly. Okay, the doubts are very simple. You'll be very surprising. People ask me, why C programming? Everybody, this question will be arising you. Then the next question is, what is C programming? Once I explain why, then they will ask you, what is this? Then when I explain what is C programming, Then people used to ask me how to write C program. Am I right? That's why we are going to discuss today. Not today, is another 8 sessions from today onwards. So go slow. This is a skill. That's not a knowledge. And before you go to the C programming, you should know something else. What is that? That is very important. That is, what is programming? First of all, we should know what is programming. You should be very thorough with this. Then, what is a program? We have a difference between programming and program. Then, the third one is why programming is required. That's a very, very nice topics. Once you understand this, once you answers for these 6, first of all, what is program? Because if I explain to you what is program and what is programming, you may choose any language, C, C++, Java, Python, everything. You should know why C programming, why we are taking C programming for electronics. This all have to be understood very clearly in these 8 sessions. And do not try to confuse anytime. If you get anywhere confused, come back to me. You ask me a doubt or come to me on WhatsApp. Okay. Or we can have a one-on-one call. If you say, sir, still I don't understand, I can have a small few minutes session with you one-on-one to clear the doubts. Don't worry about that. The goal, our goal is very clear. Our goal is you have to learn. It is not I am teaching. I am teaching is not very important. What you learn is very important. So please try to learn as much as possible. Okay, I am ready to share all my 35 years of experience with you. This field is very, very advanced field, but very easy one. It has plenty of job openings. For example, whether you know French or German or Japanese or Chinese. But if you know C programming, you can travel all over the world. That's a surprise thing, which nobody knows during the college. If you start doing it from the first year of your college, you're done, man. You do wonders on the job market. You can switch to any company. You'll be very surprised. Today, every company is searching for a job, people. They want to have a people with a good programming knowledge. Okay, so with this background, and I'm telling you once again, please listen to me. The whole program is very, very simple. I don't use more than addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So don't get into too much of confusions and get into this. So with that thing, let me, I generally use a board. I'm not, see, because when I'm trying to teach a concept with the experience, the PowerPoint is good for giving you information. I'll be using a board to share with you. And anywhere you doubt, stop me or send a message. Okay, you can chat a message with me, or if you want to call me, I'll enable the mic. You can speak to me. Nothing. Your learning is very important, because the same doubt, whatever you have, other person may be having it. The other person may not ask. If you ask a doubt, that will help everybody. Everybody will be having the same doubt. The person who asks is helping everybody. So I wish you people will get the maximum out of this program. That means that at the end of this 1 month, you should be able to have a good idea about what is program. Of course, you'll be very surprised. Even Dennis Ritchie, who invented the C language, just about 2 weeks before his death, few years back, he passed away. In an interview, somebody asked him, how good you are at C program? He said, I'm still learning. Who? He is the inventor of C, and he used the C for the entire Unix operating system. Understood. He lived with the C for more than 40, 50 years. He said, I'm still learning a C programming. Then think of us. We are all what type of people? So do not worry about the programming. It's a very good, simple concept. Try to practice at least 1 hour a day. This is going to have a big treasure behind you, not a small one, big treasure. And don't confuse between the C programming and C language. You do not have to know too many C language for C programming. This is different. For example, in the from birth till to go to the school, we normally speak all these things we do in a language, in our mother tongue, but we learn the grammar very late. Okay, so let us go to the board, and I'll try to explain to you that the concepts. Okay, so this is this idea. Now let us start getting into the very simple concept. There are two things are there. One is called C programming. Other one is C language. We normally have a lot of confusion about that. The trick is that you have to first learn little bit of language, small, very, very small. I'll tell you how small it is. Then come back to programming. Do the good amount of programming. Then come back, go back to this language and learn the language and come back. You have to go this way. You understand? You have to go crisscross. That is from C language. This is the first step. The first step is C language. Then go back to C programming. Okay, this is, once again, I'm telling you, this is a skill. Understand? And this is knowledge. The colleges, what they teach you is this. But what industry wants is this. That is the confusion we have. And another thing is, for example, when you're writing a C programming, I'll tell you some important things before itself. That's why we have a confusion. That's if you know the basics, certain basic things, then you don't want us. Let us say you are trying to solve a problem. There's a problem. You are trying to solve it. And you get stuck. You are confused. Either your friend or internet or your books helps you to solve the problem. Then you are losing a big opportunity of learning. You are losing a big opportunity. Please don't do this. When I give up problems, if you have a doubt, come back to me. I will tell you how to solve it. I will not give you solution. Okay. Now, let us try to start with what is programming. It's nothing. What is programming is a very, very simple sentence. Okay. But if you know that, you'll be surprised. Everything is a programming. Let us say, for example, somebody comes to your house. Somebody comes to your house. This is what your house. This is your railway station. If this person asks you how to go from your house to railway station, you tell him the route. You tell him the way, goes this street 1, then take a right on street 2. Then you tell him This is called programming. You are telling him he is going to follow your instructions. Am I right? You'll be very surprised. Okay, you'll be very surprised whether this is a programming. This is programming. That's it. Now, for example, you know how to multiply 2 into 8. You know how to multiply 9 into 9. That means that you know all single digit multiplication. You know all the single digit multiplication. Okay. Same way, you know 7 plus 8, 9 plus 3, single digit addition. Don't worry. See, I talk everything in a very simple way because the whole field is very simple. The whole field is very simple. That's why I am talking in a simpler way. Please understand. Don't think that the field is so big that I'm talking something. No. This I'll tell you how to reach the height. There's a method. The method is our method is this method. Go slow, and then reach. Go slow. That's the way. This is a growth use path, not the other path. Do it so fast and then stuck. You never reach. You never reach. Which I don't want. I don't want 1 or 2 people. Every one of you, all my students, should be very successful in programming. And also one more thing I'm telling you that once you learn what is programming, C or C++ or Java or Python, all are same. It is like learning driving. Once you learn driving a car, you can drive any car. It is as simple as that. So don't get too much confused about this programming or anything. They're all much easier than what you think. Okay, please. Now think of it. You know these two. You know these two. But if I ask you 78 multiplied by 93, you don't know. Am I right? You don't know 78 multiplied by 93. But you know this. You know this. You don't know this. Okay. Now, in a school, your teacher taught you how to do this. Am I right? How to do this. This to this. So, if you multiply 78 by 93, first you multiply 78 into 3. First, you divide the number into 2. First, you take the 3, 78 into 3. And there also you multiply first digit 7 into 8. 8 into 3, 24, 2, 7 into 3, 21 plus 2, 29. This is the first one. Then you multiply the second one. 78 multiplied by 9. 9 into 8, 72. Okay. Then 7 into 9, 63 plus 7, 70. Then since it's a second digit, add a 0. So you add 70, 20 and 234. This is 2. You add 2 plus 1. That's it. You got it. This was taught to you by your teacher in the school. From known to you are using this known thing to solve the unknown things. You follow the steps. You follow the steps. Now let us write this. Let us write the same thing. Let us write the same thing. So let us remove everything. Now we write the same thing, very simple one. 78 multiplied by 93. If you break this, you first step you do is 78 multiplied by 3. Then second step, 78 multiplied by 9. Understood? This is second one. Then you have done, once you have done, third one, 2 into 10. Add a 0 to that. This is because it's a second number. That is done. Now you split in this one into two operations. 8 into 3. Then 7 into 3. Understood? So how do you do that? 8 into 3 is 24. 7 into 3 is 21. This is step 1, step 2, and step 3. Then step 3 into 10. You get 210. Then you add 1 plus 3. You understand now? You add 210 plus 24. You get this. Am I right? So this is the way you are right. See, next step is 78 to 9. Okay, so you go back to your school days. Go back to your school days. How your teacher taught you a simple mathematics. This is trick. You may not be knowing that this is a trick. This is a trick. You have to go. You have to start with this. This is the way programming has to be started. That means that now 78 into same thing. First step, 8 into 9, 72. Second step, 7 into 9, 63. Third step. Then what do you do? First step into second step. Second step into 10. You get. See, this is the way you do that. So the thing is that whatever you are doing now, see, the only thing what you do is that whatever you are doing now, you should know how to write it in English very clearly. So if you know that, how do you add these two numbers? Now what I'm doing is I'm doing a small change here, because this is not generic. You have to tell somebody, I write the 78 into two numbers, A and B, and X and Y. You right? Now I'm changing the two-digit number into A, B, and XY. You can put anything. You can put A is equal to 5, B is equal to 1. Then the number become 51. Then you put X is equal to 2 and Y is equal to 5. Number become 25. You understand? So what I am writing is, I am writing in a generic way. This is what the only thing normally you get confused. The only confusion is this number has been written into this way, AB, XY. It can be anything. You can put here, since it's single digit, it can be from A can be from 0 to 9. B can be from 0 to 9. Y can be from 0 to 9. X can be from 0 to 9. Now you will tell everybody, simple man, yeah, add B and Y. First step. Add B and Y. Second step. Add A and X. Third step. Okay. Now, after you add A and X, after you take B and Y, what are you going to do? Oh, you add B and Y, put the result in M. And A and X, put the result in. I'll explain to you what is M and N. Then you'll N. Then you say N into 10. Follow the steps very clearly. What the teacher taught you, same thing I'm writing in English. Okay. N into 10 in the steps, such a way that you will understand. See, the teacher did not teach you like this. What she had told you, hey, first number, 8 plus 6, 4. And take a carry here. 7 plus 1, 8 plus 9, 17. This is the way that your teacher taught you. Now I'm teaching a slightly different way. AB, XY. Step 1, add B and Y and store it in M. Step 2, add A and X. Put the result in N. Third step, N multiply by 10. Put the result in C. Then fourth step, add C plus M. Now you do the same problem now. See here, same 78 plus 96. How I am doing? 78 plus 96. Now A equal to 7, P is equal to 8, and X is equal to 9, Y is equal to 6. Do that. You replace these numbers. Now I told you the step 1. I'll tell you some small trick here. That's why I'm telling this. B plus Y is equal to M. What is B? 8. Plus Y, 14. You are putting it to M. Now M become 14 now. See, don't confuse. This is what all about programming. But I will tell you how to link this to the programming. That's the only thing. Now, then I have written A plus X. A is how much? 7. Plus X, 9. 9 plus 7, 16. Equal to N. Then third step, N into 10 is equal to how much? C. N is how much? 16. 16 plus into 10 is equal to 160 to C. Then I said C plus M. 160 plus how much? 14. Okay. Equal to what? 174. I put it on the answer. Okay, you may call answer. Or you can put anything called yes, whatever it is. Yes. So S is equal to now 174. That is what your answer. Now the trick is this. Now the trick is this. You take this step. You take this step. Forget about this. You take the steps 1, 2, 3. You write it in a paper. You write in a paper the steps. Then give it to somebody. Give it to somebody. Now you give him any number, 91 and 46. He will be able to do that. You understand? Because he knows that this is A, this is B, X, and Y. That's all you have written now. This, if you know how to write this, maybe since I'm explaining this, maybe it's a little bit confusing, but this is called programming, and this is called program. The steps are called program, and the method of writing the step is called programming. Understand? I'm doing something. Okay, I'm driving a car like that. I'm writing this. That is called programming. So any problem can be split into like this from what you know. That is the trick you have to learn. But I'm very, very clear. It will not come to you overnight. It will not come to you overnight. Now same thing I'm telling you. If you want to multiply 28 multiply by 96. Okay. Now this is A, this is B, this is X, and this is Y. Okay. Quite simple. You start doing it. Because you know only single digit multiplication. If you say that 28 by 6, no, you don't know. Unfortunately, this person knows only single digit multiplication and single digit addition. He does not know two-digit multiplication. So if you tell him that multiply 28 by 96, he does not know. That's why I told him the steps. The steps, if you know how to write, it looks to be very simple. Please understand. You two-digit multiplication, A, B, X, Y. If you know how to write the steps in a paper, don't think that we have a confusion. We always think that programming means always with the computer. I'll tell you why we associate programming with the computer. That's a trick. That trick has to be understood. Now, the steps here, what you are writing, and you give an input, you get the output, then you are great. Your programming is right. Now, let us trick of is what happened. The thing was, always in the ancient days, the computer was a human being. The computer was a human being. So in all the palace, the king used to call. The king used to call the person who's just computing for his accounts, his all the financial things as a computer. That's why they put computer. See that? Like a carpenter, driver. Am I right? Like that. They call him as a teacher. Like that, they call him as a driver, computer. That means a person who computes. But you know that our human being always look for some growth. That's why from counting, understand, from counting, we invented addition. Addition is automation of counting. Same way, from addition, we invented multiplication. Then human invented algebra. From algebra, they invented calculus. Everything is automation. Please understand, the mathematics is full of automation. How to solve a problem very quick. If I tell you that I went to the shop, I bought 4 apples plus 5 oranges. It cost me 280 rupees. I bought 6 apples plus 7 oranges. It cost me 470 rupees. Think of it. When I bought 4 apples and 5 oranges, 280 rupees. 6 apples and 7 oranges, 470 rupees. If I ask you, what is the one price of apple, or one price of one piece of apple and one piece of orange price? You know that it's a tough. If you do trial and error method, if you start applying, oh, apple 10 rupees, orange 20 rupees, so apple 20 rupees, orange 10 rupees, so it doesn't work. Then you start substituting the trial and error method. It takes very long time. But if you solve the same thing, apple as X, orange as Y, then you say 4X plus 5Y, 280. 6X plus 7Y is equal to 470. You solve the problem very quick. This is a trick. This is a power of mathematics. Now, same way, what we are doing here is very trick. The trick here is, there is a great guy. He's called father of computers. See, father of computer is the very confusion. Am I right? So I said computer is a human. A human was called computer. Please understand. A human was called computer. Later, one of the human found that how to do things faster. That's why they invented table, They invented slide rule. They invented calculator. But if you see abacus, if you see that all the problem here is all these things you have to do that. You have to do this. That is a human you have to operate. So they don't operate without human. So they are called tools. Every tool requires a human's help. But one of the genius found out that this is all called manual computer. That is manual computer. Okay, so the advantage of manual computer is a human is required. So that intelligent engineer tried to find automatic computer. You know, his name is Charles Babbage. Those days it was only mechanical. He used gears, okay, and pulleys and other things, and build a machine, a computer, an automatic computer. He built using gears. They call that computer as a mechanical computer. They call that computer as a mechanical computer, please. They call mechanical computer. But this is start. So please understand the difference between manual and automatic. Automatic means once you give the steps, this computer was able to solve the problem. Okay, you know that is called analytical engine. Okay, is invented by Babbage. Then after mechanical, there was electrical. Then the company called IBM, with the universities of Stanford, other people, they invented the electrical computer. So electrical computer. Then it moved to electronic computer. That is what you heard about ENIAC, the first computer. Now I'll tell you what is that. Now I have given that how a human solved the problem. So that what happened was this. That means that you have to do a process. You write everything in a paper. You write everything in a paper, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Then you gave it to the human, called manual computer. That guy gives you the result. This is steps. And you have to follow one by one the steps sequentially. You cannot bypass. Now, anything you do sequential is called program. You know that sports program. You know musical program. Okay, these programs are all means that they will have a schedule. 9 o'clock, chief guest arrive. 9:30, hoist the flag. 10 o'clock, chief guest speaks, deliver the speech. 11 o'clock, somebody speak, like that. This sequence of events is called program. And this is also sequence. This guy is going to do 1, 2, 3. They call. But you know that Americans said that why do you want to have so many big, they reduce it to program. Both are same. Please understand. Program. Both are same. This is US. This is UK. This is British. This is American. The process is called programming. That means that if you know how to write the steps, then you are great. But that is a skill. That's a skill, like a driving. You have to do very, very slowly, steadily. I'm here. That's why I'm here. You should not do it very fast. Sequence of operations. That's correct. Sequence of operations. That's correct. It's a sequence of operations. Perfect. Yeah. You do sequence of steps. That's all. Yes, steps you do sequentially. I'll explain to you later word. If I use the word function, I'll withdraw that. It's actually a sequence of operations. I'll explain to you later called what is functions. I'll tell you that. That's also very simple one. You'll understand. Okay, nothing great about it. So, please, this is a skill. Don't try to move faster. Everybody wanted to drive in the car race. Everybody wanted to drive in a highway. Okay, but you don't do that. You always drive your car on your road, on your street. Then you go to the next street. Then you go to the slightly traffic street. So before you go to highway, you do slowly. The same thing you have to do here. Without understanding the step one, never move to the other steps. Never bypass. It doesn't work. You may think that any skill you bypass, what will happen? I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you here exactly to you. You think that you're moving faster, but then you will come back. Then moving, come back, moving, come back. You at the end of it, you will be only here. You cannot cross beyond the stage. That is what's happening. Otherwise, you people who have been the 4 years of engineering done it, do wonderful work. But you have to go like this. Never return back. Once you have done the skill perfectly, you are a great, you are a wonderful guy. Nobody can stop or nobody can do anything with you. Please understand. These are all the very, very, very interesting thing. This whole programming is a very simple concept. Please travel with me. Anytime you don't understand, raise your flag. I don't understand. If there are two things, you can ask me on this class itself. I don't understand. If you say still you have a problem, send me a message in WhatsApp. I'll explain to you. How is that? Still, if you say I still don't understand, come to me 101 on the video. I'll explain to you. I will give a problem such a way that where you can solve it. I want you to learn. Please understand the. See, there's a big difference between industry and the college. In industry, when you are knocking the industry, they will check whether you know or not. That's the only thing they know. They don't worry whether you learned it in 2 months or 4 months or 8 months or 12 months. So they never bothered. The industry want you to know things, that's all. Not like your college. You have to complete all the 8 papers, so all the 6 papers, plus 2 practicals within these 6 months. I don't know. I don't know anybody can put a skill like that. Somebody may be doing it very slow and better, and somebody doing very fast. It's all totally who taught you in the school. The school, how a teacher taught you, which environment you came. For example, I discuss with my son every day. So we were discussing about these things. When he goes to college, he will learn to do things better. Am I right? That's the thing. So please, I don't do one more thing. I never do compare. Don't compare. You have your own path. Proceed further. So don't say that am I going slow or fast. If you want to spend more time, spend it and go far. Don't just getting tense or going faster, everything, nothing work here. This is a skill. Now I come back. What people have replaced is, they replaced the human computer who was reading your steps to the automatic computer. From manual computer, human, to automatic computer. But over the days, what they have done was they removed the word automatic, they removed this. So they said that they removed the thing human computer at all. There's something called nowadays, when I say computer, that is only automatic computer. So you say that you have a computer, that is an automatic computer because it does itself. Now, what happened from 1900 to 2022? The trick, initial days, this is what the trick. The ability of the computer. You say that you can do 2 plus 7. Am I right? How fast you can do that? You may take 1 second. Somebody may take 0.5 seconds. So we normally say how quick you are doing it. What these computers were doing it was, initial days it was very slow. Slowly it increased. But nowadays, maybe initial days, 10 calculations, 10. Then after some year, it has gone to 100. Then it has gone to 1000. Then it has gone to 1 lakh. Then nowadays, it has gone to billion, trillion calculate. That is how many additions or subtraction or multiplication or division I do per second. That is a measure. You measure that 1 kilo. I mean, right, 1 kilo of rice. I mean, right, 1 liter of oil. You measure. I mean, right, 1 kilowatt of electricity. Everything is a measurement. Here in computer, the measurement is how many instructions per second. Instruction is nothing but how many addition or subtraction I can do it faster. That means that if you say here, add step 1, add A plus B, put the result in X. 2, C plus D, put the result in Y. Now this one is called one instruction. This one is called one instruction. Like that, how many instructions this computer can do in 1 second? I mean, that is what we call it as a instructions per second. So what happens is the computers, they have a small notebook. Small notebook. We call this notebook as a memory, which you cannot access. So if you tell him that steps, if you tell him the steps, step 1, I write now. Get A and get B. You don't understand what is A and B. What is get A? What is get B? That's a trick. The thing is that then you say A plus B, put C. Then you say get, then put C. Am I right? That's not no meaning for this. No meaning for this. Am I right? But this guy understands. What this guy understands is you say get A means you say A. Then he allocate a line on the memory called A. So he names who? Our man names a line here A. Then get B. Allocates a line called B. So give a name for the line. Then C you are using. There's a line for C. Understand? Now I have 3 lines on my memory notebook. Now you say get A means what this guy does. You from the keyboard, from your keyboard, he gets a number of a man from the keyboard. This is what your computer. So the moment you get means you get it from the keyboard, and then let's say you type 75. Then you say get A. So he put at A 75. Then you say get B. You type next time 25. He put 25. You told him A plus B and put this thing on C. He add A plus B, 75 and 25, put it 100 here. Then you told him put C. What this guy do? Put it on the monitor. This 100. You can write anything here. You can write anything here. You can name anything. I'm just giving you ABC. I'm here ABC. You can add any number. You can do anything. Okay. You can do anything. Please. Do you understand this? That is, I do everything in a different way. Please. I do yeah. So what you can write anything as you wish. Let's say nobody will stop you everything. You say that get X, get Y, X multiply by Y, and put the result in Z. Then you say put C, Z. Done. Done. You can do anything, not only here. I can say that now you see that X multiplied by Z, Z plus 10, put the result in A. Then A plus 1 minute, I'll make a pause. Okay, so please understand one thing. I'm not in a very hurry. I have a schedule, I understand everything. But that doesn't mean that operation success, patient dead. No, I don't want that. I said, oh, Balaji, I completed the schedule, but you don't learn it. That is not the important factor. Schedule is a guideline where we are going. Am I right? I don't mind instead of 8 sessions. If you have to take about 12 sessions, I don't mind. Our goal is we have to understand. Please, repeatedly, I'm telling you that we need to understand it. Without understanding, I complete this C programming session is a waste. Understand? Now, I have given you the small idea about what is programming. I mean, that is nothing but few steps. We are going to write the step. We see, like cycle or swimming or everything, any skill. Start with, you write a small thing of 5 steps, 2 steps. Then 5 steps. Start writing from a small. Don't be panic. Don't try to say that, oh, that guy is writing 1,000 lines. I cannot. Now you know, very surprised. If you learn how to write 5-line step, from going to 5 to 1,000 is no time. That's the confusion you have. The trick here is you people are forgetting one important thing. That important thing is this. This curve is, you have to understand. You see here, it takes more time to reach this height. But the same time, let's say this is 1 year. Next to 1 year, you go here. See here, you achieve this much. But next to 1 year, you achieve this much. But what you think is that, hey, I took 1 year to take this, it will take about 10 years. No, it does not take. It takes only 3 years. Your confusion is, you think that, oh God, it's going to take a lot of time. You are in a hurry. It is not. That's why industry, if you come to embedded industry, first year they may be saying, give you less salary, 30,000 something. Second year they may give you 50,000 something. But third year and on, you're gone. Your salary will go be above lakhs. That's a trick. But if you know things thoroughly, you just follow my all the sessions clearly. Ask my doubts. I'll make you to be the best guy. You do not worry about job. I'm telling you once again, do not worry about your job at all. You just have to only satisfy me. If you solve all my problems in time, and if you say that all your doubts, everything, don't worry about your job. Automatically, I'm in the industry for 35 years. So what we are going to do is that we have a human being, assume, is called computer. Then he has a small amount of memory. Not small, huge nowadays. Okay. Initially they're small, but nowadays huge. Then you give us steps. And he's going to solve it. But this is a small practice. You don't know about this. It's a small practice. Some of you may be doing a good programming. Don't worry, whichever level you are, from that level we start. You are in which level? Here, any level. From there we start. Don't worry. This program is well designed for everybody. You say that I do not know anything about program. I'm not understanding the programming at all. There were a lot of students are there, 8th standard to 9th standard and all. They done very well in my previous batch and all. Now there's an exam fever, so nobody's joined. Otherwise, there'll be somebody will be joined here. This batch also. You know that exams are nearing now. So because of that, there's a trick. See, anybody can learn these things. Okay, I've taught these things as small as 8-year-old kid to as old as 70 years. I've taught everybody this programming. This concept is much, much simpler than what you think. So we will follow the steps how it is. Okay. I just given you the idea today. That means that you write the steps, very simple steps, and you tell him. And you, wherever intermediately he has to store, that he will do that. Don't worry about that. You don't worry. You just say that any name you give, you say that get number 1, get number 2, number 1 plus number 2, put the result in number 3. Put number 3, enough. This is very easy. If you tell me that this English, you don't understand, this is what program you are giving to him. Nothing more than that. But what changes happen now? That we will discuss slowly. Okay, while coming tomorrow's programming class, we will discuss about more on this. That's why we have about a long time about this programming. I told you now. I am not really bothered about time. I've given you the times because generally people wanted to have a time limit. That's why I've given. But you ask your doubts, you go your own face, whatever. But always, please make sure that without mastering the C programming, don't proceed further. This is a very, very important milestone for embedded system programming. Everybody will be happy here. They wanted to have a control of all the things. But without this, if you go there, you will fail, then you will be unhappy. That's why I always say that go with this programming. So, but listen to my tomorrow's class. I'm going to talk about microprocessor. Understand what it is. Nothing is going 2 hours, but don't get confused. I'm trying to tell you that don't try to learn too much. Then you get into the problem. Okay. So if you have any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, we will have a small break and move to the C language, because this, whatever we discuss programming, that will go well with if you have a C language. That's a very nice one. So that's why first I told you what is programming. The next session I'll discuss about C language. Then you will be able to scale a path very well. Okay. So let's take a break for about 5 minutes. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now.